One of the most powerful men in the history of American music was arrested in a New York City hotel. No bail, no deal. Straight to federal custody. His name was Sean Combs, but you knew him as Diddy. And the question everyone should have been asking wasn't what he did. It was, how did nobody see this coming for 30 years? Sean John Combs was born in Harlem in 1969. His father was killed when he was 2 years old. He grew up in Mount Vernon, New York, raised by his mother. By his early 20s, he had talked his way into an internship at Uptown Records. He was fired, so he started his own label, Bad Boy Records, in 1993. Within 2 years, he had launched the careers of Notorious, B.I.G., Mary J. Blige, and Usher. He didn't just enter the music industry, he rewrote how it operated. By the 2000s, his empire had expanded beyond music into fashion with Sean John, into spirits with Ciroc Vodka, into media and television. Forbes estimated his net worth at nearly $1 billion. He was the living proof of what American ambition could build. That was a story everyone was told. The receipt looked very different. The warning signs were there for decades. In 1999, Diddy and his then-girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez, were present at a New York nightclub shooting. 3 people were injured. Diddy was charged with illegal weapons possession and bribery. He was acquitted in 2001. His protege Shine was convicted and served 9 years. Diddy walked free. In 2016, a hotel surveillance camera in Los Angeles captured Diddy grabbing, dragging, and kicking his then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hallway. The video existed for 8 years before CNN obtained and published it in May 2024. 8 years. The hotel had the footage, and for 8 years, nothing happened. In November 2023, Cassie Ventura filed a civil lawsuit against Combs, alleging years of rape, physical abuse, and sex trafficking. The suit was settled the very next day. One day, no admission of guilt. The speed of that settlement and the amount of money it took to make it disappear that fast told a story all by itself. After the Cassie lawsuit broke the dam, more than 120 civil lawsuits were filed against Combs. In September 2024, federal agents raided his homes in Los Angeles and Miami simultaneously. Days later, he was arrested at a New York hotel and charged with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and violations of the Mann Act. He pleaded not guilty. Every bail request was denied. The judge cited concerns about witness intimidation. The trial began May 5th, 2025, in Manhattan Federal Court. Prosecutors described a man who used, and these are their exact words from court records, power, violence, and fear to get what he wanted. Cassie Ventura took the witness stand. She described a decade of control, manipulation, and abuse. The infamous 2016 hotel video was played in court. On July 2nd, 2025, the jury delivered a split verdict. Not guilty on racketeering conspiracy, not guilty on sex trafficking, but guilty on 2 counts of transportation for prostitution under the Mann Act. On October 3rd, 2025, Judge Aaron Subramanian sentenced Sean Combs to 50 months in federal prison, a $500,000 fine, 5 years, supervised release. Before sentencing, Combs addressed the judge directly, begging for mercy and apologizing for what he called his sick actions. Here is what the Diddy case is really about. It is not just about one man. It is about an industry that protected him for 30 years. Where were the record labels? Where were the publicists, the lawyers, the managers, the journalists who were in those rooms? The 2016 hotel video did not surface publicly until 2024. Cassie's lawsuit was settled in 24 hours. More than 120 people eventually came forward. 120. That is not a secret. That is an open secret, which is the most dangerous kind. As of March 2026, Combs is currently serving his sentence at FCY Fort Dix in New Jersey. His legal team filed an appeal on March 13, 2026, arguing his sentence was a perversion of justice and that the judge punished him for crimes the jury actually acquitted him of. An appeal hearing is scheduled for April 9th, 2026. This story's not over. 30 years, 120 accusers, $1 billion empire, and a surveillance video that existed for 8 years before anyone did anything about it. The question was never whether the receipts existed. The question was, who was keeping them hidden? And why? Now you know. That's The Receipt. Subscribe and never get the surface version again. New story every week. We'll be here.